We're back here at the conclusion of the 57th Bill Rahm Invitational Bowling Tournament, and we're going to have with us runner-up Dave Schock. And Dave, your first final.
Yes.
And how was it? Obviously, you didn't like the outcome, but how was it?
Oh, it's fun. This tournament is a highlight for me every year. I'm really tickled that I'm able to bowl in it. Wish I would have started a little younger in my career, but that's all right. Yeah, it was a fun tournament, and I knew Mike was going to be tough. He doesn't make very many mistakes, and I needed to be on, and so just didn't work out today.
I guess the slight advantage Mike has is being in the finals before. This was your first time.
Yeah, it's true, but I've been bowling for 40 years, and I've bowled in other tournaments besides this, so it's not my first time in the finals, but for this tournament it is.
Yeah. Guys, a little analysis.
Well, like I was saying, I think they hit a little bit of carry down right off the get-go, and they were both searching, trying to find something, and you get on that situation and throw a ball and either pull it or pitch it out, and you're going to get an adverse condition. It's going to either be a split or a washout or a bucket, so it's tough to bowl when you have to search all 4 games to find something.
Yeah. Well, and when you change balls in that first match, it seemed to work at first, and then you just kind of lost it a little bit, and then you were moving a little bit to try to get it back. And
yeah, whenever you're not locked into an area and you're kind of searching, you end up tugging it maybe or throwing it out or overcompensating at times, and confidence is a big thing. When I was coaching, I always told the kids, I said, you got to be 100% confident when that ball leaves your hand, and that's easy to say as a coach, but it's hard to do as a bowler, to have that confidence every time that you made the right decision.
Yeah. Then if you try to throw a little bit harder to keep it in line, then it's not working for you. Then you do that, pitch it out or tug it.
Yeah. I was trying to throw it a little harder in that first match and play more direct and not cover as many boards, and I was just searching all over the place.
Yeah.
And Mike just kept his foot on the gas. That was the whole thing. He didn't give you any
openings.
openings.
He didn't have an open.
He's so consistent, and his game is very forgiving in the sense that if he makes a little mistake here and there, it generally doesn't cost him big time. When you throw a few more revs and so forth and cover a few more boards, you make a mistake and you end up paying for it. And it's just the way it is with bowling at times.
Yeah. And look at it. You lost today, but you come out of a field of 16 pretty good bowlers to get to the championship. You can't be unhappy with that.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Last 2 years I've finished 3rd place, and so you want to, continue to improve. And, it's kind of bittersweet in a way. I told some of the guys this year coming into the tournament, I said, I always want to win. There's no doubt I want to win. Okay, but this year, if I get knocked out early, I'm going to be glad because my wife and I, we're leaving tomorrow to go to Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Our youngest son is getting married and
Nice.
next month, and so I told her as soon as I either win the tournament or get knocked out of the tournament, we're heading to New Mexico. So anyways, it's always a fun tournament. Like I said, these are all friends, and most of us bowl on Wednesday nights in the Scratch League, and so we compete against each other every week, and so it's just a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
I'll have to say the rookies really did well this year.
They did.
I was very impressed with the rookies. Braden threw the ball good. Jacob. I was really worried about Todd. Todd was my first match, and he's been throwing the ball really good, and he struggled out the gate, and game 4 he shot 275 against me, but I had a big enough lead and on him. and then he really bowled good, and I really felt bad that he had forfeit a match because he was bowling well. So I think some of the younger guys have a bright future, and hopefully some of us old guys can maybe hang on for another couple of years.
There you go. Well, congratulations, Dave, on your runner-up, and
All right.
enjoy your trip to New Mexico. I know Albuquerque is a beautiful city. I've been there, and I think you'll have
Love the place.
Did a good
enjoy
job.
it. Yes. Okay.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Well,
Thank you very
yeah,
much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks,
And
guys.
let's see if we can get Mike Lear, the
Thank you.
champion, in here now,
Have a good
and
trip.
get some comments from him.
Come on, Mike. I'll
He's going to pull the chair off from under you.
I'll help you.
Well, I wish I'd say that wouldn't be the worst thing that happened to me, but
So we have Mike Lear here, champion of the 57th Bill Rahm Invitational. And Mike, this is not your first championship, but you had a runner-up a couple of years and kind of ready to get back into this chair again.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, the runner-up, I struck it there in the finals, 2 of them in a row, missing opens, and you can't do that against good bowlers like this. You're in your top 16 for a reason, you know, and you can't be giving people freebies.
Yes.
Yes. So
But, you know,
the expert analysis.
as as we were talking during the break before you started the 5th game roll off, the way the lanes were, it transitioned so quick on both of you guys that you had problems, in finding the right line, and on 10 you were out pretty good about 2 board, and then over on lane 9 you were about the 4 or 5 board, somewhere in that range, and it was working for you, still even corner pins.
Yeah.
But then Dave was having problems with, he left the buckets and the 4-7 and then the 2-5 and so forth. So it changed quite a bit for both of you guys.
Yeah, the first set, and that's something I spoke of, and when Bill was presenting the trophy, was folks was probably seeing us all over the place, like we were throwing bad balls, but that wasn't the case. Dave and I was both searching, trying to find something that works, because okay, you can go down to a good ball, 10 pin, but nine spare isn't going to win the match. It usually isn't going to win the matches for you.
Right.
You've got to be able to transition into something, a better shot. Even though they're good shots, it wasn't good enough, right? So you keep searching to get a different angle for the ball to come in. And that whole first set, him and I was doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help matters when the lanes were so different. There's a big disparity.
Yeah.
So I was outside there because I knew I tried it once and it would come racing back and have a good shot. But then it's just too scary to play out there 1 or 2 more. You wish you'd be consistent to do that, but it just doesn't work out like that, because I've been there before. Bad things happen when you do that. And I wasn't willing to do that.
Well, and it seemed like you guys both made the great adjustment going over to 11 and 12, and a lot of times that's where the adjustment has to be made, but you settled in there.
11 and 12 was completely different. It wasn't greasy like 9 and 10 was. You know, as soon as in practice, once I got lined up, and Dave was lined up too. You threw a couple balls, because you did, just like I said, you don't know where the heck to start at, because if you start where you're at here, you're going to go right across, right?
Yeah.
So we was both lined up, and the ball, you get out about 5 board, and it was just racing it right into the pocket. It was a beautiful shot. And so I was lined up really well, and Dave was lined up really well. He threw a couple of bad balls. That's really what helped me win it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if he could have overcome it enough. I missed that 10 pin.
But that there again, we were talking during the matches. It only takes a couple bad balls, and the other guy can take advantage of it. And you were able to not have any opens in that first, set, and that helped you to get ahead of Dave.
That's the big thing when you're
And-
searching it. When you don't have any opens, you don't have a chance to pick anything up on you.
Right.
Yeah, you can't gain
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Especially when you're both searching.
Well, that's what I
Right,
said,
yeah.
you're
He
both
was lined
searching.
up and you continue to search. It's like,
You're in
put
trouble.
Stuff in your bag, because, unless you find it pretty
If you
quick.
both stay clean, then it's a matter of carrying. But when
Yeah.
you're both searching and you're being with single pin spares or whatever, if you can stay clean, you got a big advantage over the other guy.
Yeah. And that was the thing coming into the tournament, coming in today. I knew that, okay, strikes are going to come, right? just get your spares.
Yeah.
Okay. Strike. I'm not gonna say they're easy, but you're not gonna miss too much. But you leave single pin, you gotta pick them up.
Yeah.
Because it's just freebies. If you have a series of strikes in a row, and you have 9 spare, then you start striking. It's 21 pins.
Right.
But you can't recover. Right. So just get your spares, and then it's like 38 if you miss completely.
You know, and I was
Yeah.
telling him before we started that you had missed 3 10-pins each of your last 2 series. You know, so I said the bad part of Mike's game is not the bad part, but the 10-pin. If you leave them, eventually you're going to miss one. But you got through the first 4 without missing one.
Yeah, I had clean 40, you know. And then I'll be completely honest, that there, I would just, on that 10 pin, I just took my shot. I knew he couldn't beat me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All I had to do was fill on any of them 2 frames.
Yeah.
I was fine.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? So I lost my concentration a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did a good job though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Like I
it.
said, when
Yeah.
you stay clean, that just about sealed the 4-game match. You know.
That's the tough part, staying clean on 9 and 10, the way
Yeah.
you guys were leaving
Yes.
corner
Well, you know,
pins and, you know.
They only had 4 turkeys between the
Yeah.
2 of them in a 4 games.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough. And especially you don't feel like you're bowling that bad.
Right.
You know,
But
really.
you know, you pick ground up on him every game, and you really didn't give him much of a chance to beat you in a 4-game match.
Well, and let's face it, bowling, there's a lot of luck. You've got to have luck.
Oh,
Like
without
I tugged
a
that
doubt.
one, it's like, you got to
Yeah.
make it.
Yeah.
The only Brooklyn of the day.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and there's some thin ones over here
Yeah.
that are strikes, but just because you're searching to
Yeah.
try to get the ball up the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then a couple times here on 9, I think it was 9, you came up pretty heavy on the head pin and still got the strike
Yeah.
and so forth, but you were pushing everything back.
Yeah, it was driving
You know,
at that point.
yeah, it was really driving good. And if you did that on 10, you were in trouble.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you had to
paid
stay
the
a little
price.
lighter.
Yep, and that was the difference. I was trying to stay slow on 10 and hit your mark, and trying to stay slower on 9, right? And it's easy to get confused.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a wonder you even start off on the right foot sometimes.
yeah.
But the beginning there, like 9 was a tougher lane. I mean, it
Yeah.
was like you couldn't carry the 10-pin on 9, but every time you guys bowled on, it was strike spare, about the first 4 frames there. And then it got really got squirrely. Then, you know, the couple buckets and a washout.
Well, and I always, when you go ahead and bowl against somebody, you always look to see about where that person throws the ball and how they
Yeah.
throw the ball. And I knew coming in, because Dave and I bowled together forever,
Yeah.
you know, for all intents and purposes, but we throw relatively close to the same mark.
Yeah.
So we're going to push the oil down that much faster, and you got to stay ahead of it.
Right.
Hell, it got past both of us, and we couldn't catch up with it. So.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it went quick. That's one thing.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
I'm just glad to come out on top, and that was my goal today, was just stay clean and do my job, do what I'm supposed to do, right?
Yep, 5 games, 1 open, that's pretty good bowling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Even though there wasn't a lot of strikes, it's good bowling.
yeah.
yes.
You might have set a record of 10-pin today.
We thought there was super glue on them there. Velcro, Bill thought, yeah.
yeah. Just
Well, they wasn't even bad shots, a lot of them.
No.
A lot of
No, they
them
weren't.
were shots. It's
no,
just,
that
don't
6-pin
go.
just would go right around it.
Yeah.
That's what makes bowling bowling.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. So, well,
Dave,
listen.
Dave had a couple solid 8s.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
a solid 9. It's like, where
Yeah.
the heck's the ball going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, and then those buckets that he left,
Yeah.
you know, it just didn't come up the hill.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just stayed right there. And
He said he was searched. He said he moved outside.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
The ball didn't come up where it's supposed to. And
Yep.
then he'd get inside, and then the ball would want to climb.
right,
And that's tough when you got a ball like that.
yeah,
And he throws a reactive a lot, so
Yeah.
he has very little margin for error.
Right.
Because you make a mistake with your reactive, left turn flight, you know, it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Well, Mike, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now a
Appreciate it.
repeat champion in,
Yep, that's
in the
right.
57th Bill Rahm Invitational Bowling Tournament. And so, guys, we'll get a couple of closing comments here. I want to remind everybody that we're brought to you in part by Gary and Judy McKee at Quality Printing, 214 West Liberty Street in Bucyrus. Randy Pritchard at Pritchard Insurance since 1968, 1500 North Sandusky Avenue. Jeff Skinner at Integrity Auto and Truck Sales, Marion Road, Bucyrus. And Mark Osborne at E-Crane International, Route 598 in the Gallion Industrial Park. And we appreciate our sponsors keeping us on the air as they sponsor the tournament. Well, some of these are sponsors both of the tournament and of our broadcasts of the tournament.
Right.
So we certainly appreciate their support. And it keeps bowling alive here, I think. Really.
Well, it wasn't a high-scoring match, but it was till the sixth frame of the fourth game before it was decided. It wasn't like it was a 900, a low 700 blowout.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that match was close because they both started out with five-baggers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when he threw the split, it just kind of got away from him.
Yeah. It's just,
He said he threw a couple bad balls up in the nose.
Yeah.
Got splits for both of them.
Well, and as we said, that one bad ball can cost you
Especially in a one-game match.
one
Yeah.
game roll off, and it did. It just the way you guys started out. Wait a second, are we watching the same guys?
Well, and they both over the first five, and he split, and he threw the next two for a seven-bagger.
Yeah.
And basically the match was over.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ground to make up.
You
at that
had to
point.
open a lot. Well, I told him, I said, the bad part about bowling when you're that far down is you're running out of frames.
Mm-hmm.
You could open the last three frames, and then if he'd have struck out, you'd have beat him by 2 pins.
Yeah.
You had 237, he could have 235. And you got 999 for the last three frames. You made that 10 pin, I thought, oh my God. I just said, if he opens the rest of the way out, he can win. You throw that 10 pin. Oh my God. But you, like I said, if you'd have filled 9 the next two frames, you'd have beat him by 2 pins if he'd have struck out.
Right.
And that's happened a lot of times to me this tournament.
Oh, I know.
1, 3, 5.
Well, yeah, he had 3 of them that was within 10 pins.
Yeah. Well, last year when you went up against Donnie and you beat him, and then you come over and 11 and 12, and it's like you lost
I
it.
laid an egg.
It's just and the opposite this year. You guys weren't bowling good here, and then you come over and you killed it on 11 and 12. It's just there again, like you
Donnie
say, that's bowling.
could have had a strike and shut him out. He got a 7-10 split.
Yeah.
And he got a single pin the first ball of the 10th, so he was down by 9, and if 9 would tie, which I thought was going to maybe be a 10 pin, and a strike to win, and he threw the strike and won by a pin.
Yeah, it makes it exciting.
Yeah.
But listen, we appreciate it. Again, being able to be on the air. We do podcasts now. We're not live on the air, but there are certainly a lot of advantages. The champions can go home and watch the broadcast at their leisure, game by game. So
or you don't want to watch them.
Maybe you don't want to watch it, but it's there. It's available to you if you want to. So appreciate again the analysis from Bill Hansen, Bill Rahm Jr., and we're looking forward to next. You guys take a couple months off, and then you start preparing for next year already?
No, not me. He does.
I've got to start putting all my files together again.
And getting ready for next year already.
Well, we hope all 4 of us are setting here next year.
There you go.
Definitely.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, good Lord willing.
Absolutely. So,
well, my son-in-law may have a different opinion of that, Mike.
It's hard to make 4 finals in a row.
Oh,
they lose, you're bowling the top other 15 bowlers in the city.
Yeah.
And then anyone, he shot 900 every match and going into today, except the one he shot 823 and he got beat 823 to 826.
Yeah, sure. So
just one of those things.
So
congratulations again, Mike.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yep. And we appreciate the support we get from you guys, from the Bills, and from Sean and Tasha Ridgway here at Suburban Lanes. We get support from them as well. And so we are looking forward to the 58th Bill Rahm next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we couldn't do it, as we've said, without the participation of the advertisers in the program and all the sponsors.
Absolutely.
Those are the people that really keep this going
Yes.
and keep us here, for the 57 years, and
Well,
now it'll be
you know,
58 years.
Just like the shirt last year with Curtis and the shirt that Chuck had this year, they have a lot of fun when they're bowling, even though they're bowling each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to have fun. I always told my dad the best time you ever have in a tournament is when you bowl your friends.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and they're all friends. That's and that's the hard part about it is that Wednesday night or Thursday night I'm bowling against you, and then on the weekend you're my competitor again.
Yeah.
And I want to beat you, but I also want you to bowl good, but not as good as I do. So it's that's one of the things that
I bowled on Thursday night. One year, all five of my team, all five of us made the invitational. So somewhere along the line, you're going to run into somebody that you bowl with every Thursday night.
Yep, on teammates. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so that concludes the 57th Bill Rahm Invitational. I'm Dan Messersmith. Thanks to Bill Hansen, Bill Rahm Jr.
Thank you guys for
Thank
doing
you, Dan.
that.
And we'll,
Yep,
and
we
again,
appreciate everything that
Yes.
WBCO and WQEL does
All
for
the years,
the
yes. They've been there
Invitational
since the beginning,
and supporting us the way you guys do.
and again, we'll be able to watch the podcast. John will have those uploaded. John Kreider, our engineer, we thank him for being here because without John, we wouldn't be on this
Right,
podcast.
yeah,
So
right.
John keeps us going, and John will have those uploaded probably sometime by tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Yeah, it takes it's not John that's the slow; it's the loading them into our system that's the slow. So,
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
appreciate it.
Thank
Okay.
you. We appreciate it.
So we'll sign off from here at Suburban Lanes, and we'll see you next year.